I'm going to show you how to perform a reading fluency assessment on a child. You are currently looking at a first grade reading fluency passage. You're going to be timing the child for 1 minute to see how many words that he can read. Now, this is the student page, so this is what you're going to present to the child before you start timing him. This is the page that you should have. This is the teacher form where you're going to record any mistakes that the child might have made while reading. The timer does not start until he has said the word let. So you won't start the timer until when the child says let, then you will start the timer for 1 minute. As they're reading, you're going to be recording the mistakes that they have made. Let's say in this case they missed the word country and said it incorrectly, so you will put a line through the word country to indicate that they have made that mistake. As they continue to read, they made the mistake with grass, but they realized that they had made the mistake and went back and self-corrected the mistake. At that point, you will put an SC next to that line saying that they have self-corrected. This does not count as an error anymore. As they continue to read, you continue to mark any mistakes and that they have made. If the child stops and is struggling with a word but is continuing to sound out the word and trying to figure it out, let them struggle with it for about 5 to 10 seconds before giving it the word and marking it incorrect. If they continue to read and they stop at another word and they're not sounding it out, they just seem like they don't know the word. After 3 seconds, give them the word, mark the word incorrect, and let them keep going. As they're reading, let's say they skipped a line. If they skip a line, just draw a line through the line that they skipped and keep going. At the end of the minute, mark where they left off. Now that the minute is up, now we have to grade it. Now, on the numbers on the side will help us come up with the total number of words that were supposedly read. Now, if you can see the first line before the stop is 74, that tells me that up to this point, the child has read 74 words. So now we need to count how many words up to the finish line they have read. So we're going to start with 74 and count 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82. So the student has read 82 words. But they have skipped this line. So we need to subtract the number of words from this line from the number of total words. So in this case, the number of words that are in this line is 15. So we're going to subtract 15 from 82. So I'm just going to do it real quick on the calculator. Minus 15 gives me 67. So 67 words were read. This is the total number of words read. Now from that total, I'm going to subtract the mistakes. In this case, since they self-corrected on grass, that does not count. So I can only count the one that was the country one because he said that incorrectly. So that's one error, so I'll record one error under Monday. Then I have to subtract that from the total number of words read, so I get a total of 66 words correct. Now, this was Monday, so I would have presented this child before I even started practicing. I would have give them the test. That way I know this is their cold read. They have never seen it before, so you want to get a feel of how well they can read the passage in the beginning. Then after I give them the cold read, then I will practice with them 3 more times. The ways you can practice with them is you could read the passage to them. You could have the child read the passage to you, or you both can read at the same time. Now on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I would practice with them reading the same passage 3 times. Then I would give them another assessment the same way I did, just showed you, but I would use a different color. That way you can keep track of where they ended and what mistakes they made for that day. On Friday, after I practice, I would do the assessment again, and in this case, I would record what we call the hot read, which would be after the child has practiced the passage a few times. We're going to do a hot read, which indicates that they've already read it. They should know most of the words, and let's see how far they went. So after that's all done, then we're going to go to the graph sheet, which looks like this. Now, if you notice that for every story, there are 2 bars on the line. That's so you can graph what they got for their cold read and what they got for their hot read. Now, for our story, we read the word farm, the farm, so I would find the farm section story on the graph, which is indicated right here. Then I would, with a blue pen, I would fill in how many words they read for the cold read. In this case, 66 words. Then on Friday, after I practiced with the child and I did the reading, then I would go back on Friday and graph what they got on Friday for their hot read. In this case, let's say they read 80 words. So there you have it. That's how you graph and give a reading fluency assessment test. After you're done graphing them, and on Friday, give them the comprehension questions, which are 3 of them. They'll read the comprehension questions and write their answer, preferably in a complete sentence. Now, let's recap. So this is the reading fluency passage. So to do a cold read, do a cold read with the child. A cold read means assessing the child's reading for a minute of a passage for the first time without any practice. Then you're going to graph the score on Monday. Practice reading with your child. Again, parents can read to the child. You both can read the passage at the same time. The child can read it to you. Then on Friday, you're going to do a hot read. A hot read is assessing the child's reading after practicing. So you're going to do a hot read on Friday after you've already practiced countless number of times, and on Friday practiced before. Assessing the child. Time the child reading for 1 minute. Mark all incorrect words that is spoken. If the child corrects a mistake, mark the word with an SC as in self-correct. If the child skips a line, cross out the line. If the child is struggling with the word, wait 3 seconds before saying the word and marking it incorrect. If they are struggling with the word but trying to figure it out, wait 5 seconds before giving them a word and marking it incorrect. Here's a little cap on how to score it and also how to graph it. Thank you.